Welcome to the Black Kickback. It's your girl Kayla.
It's your boy Dark Skin Jermaine.
And today we have with us Stormy and Chris Harmon, power couple and pillars of the community. Thank y'all for joining us
No problem.
today.
No problem.
All right, why don't you just kick it off with y'all introducing yourself. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, things you have going on, and then we'll kick it off. First,
Me first.
you
Okay.
first.
Well, of course, I'm Chris Harmon. The leader of my family. A proud father, a proud husband. You know, a leader of righteousness and trying to do what's right. And I'm also an engineer. I sell life insurance, and I just try to do what I can for the community. Uh, that's pretty much it. Yeah, baby.
Where do I start? Kayla, help me sort it out. Okay, so I'm Stormi Harmon. Me and Kayla have been friends for nearly 30 years.
Long
Is that about correct? Yeah, we
Y'all getting
Since
old.
middle
Y'all
school.
getting old.
okay,
Y'all getting
so
old.
almost 30. Yeah, almost 30
my God.
years. Mom of four. We are homeschooling parents as well. Chris did not mention that.
No.
Between the both of us, we run four businesses outside of his full-time job. And I'm mostly known for being a herbal health specialist. People like to call me a herbalist. I prefer to call myself a herbal health specialist. And
Okay.
I am a birth worker. I am mostly known as a holistic doula, but I also train and certify and continue to support doulas of color as well.
Okay. Okay, good. And we're gonna have Stormy and Chris come back and talk about their respective areas of expertise and detail. Um
And before we go on, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Black Kickback
yes.
Lord have
on
mercy.
YouTube,
Look, okay.
Facebook,
And everything, all the socials.
yeah, all social media.
So you can tell y'all
platforms.
still in love. How long y'all been married?
We've been married for about 12 years.
Mhm.
We've been going on 13 years. Around in the mid March.
Okay.
How long y'all been together? Yeah.
We've been together since 2008. Somewhere
I don't ever want
around
to add that up, man.
September.
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 I don't want to add that up.
Yeah,
We
she came to my
testing.
graduation.
We
It was
testing
on
them.
and then it was on. Yeah.
We testing them already.
Yeah.
We weren't dating
But
yet.
we was there.
No, I just
She came to the
I got what
graduation.
you're saying.
Yeah.
So he's saying when he met
She
you.
said that
I
the
didn't
table
come
with
to
the
the
family.
graduation. I came to the graduation dinner.
Yeah, graduation dinner, excuse me.
Yes, he invited me,
Yeah.
and I guess he thought I wasn't going to show up. But Kayla, you probably even hyped me
I knew
up
you was gonna
to
show
go.
up. You talking
When I
about-
got my hair done. Well, this is what the Negro did. Okay, he knew I was outside
Right.
in the parking lot waiting. I thought he was going to come and meet me at the door and walk me in. This Negro went to the bathroom and did not respond to my phone call or my text message.
Why would
I'm
you do
glad-
that?
They had to put her to the test. I had to see if she could.
Lord.
I'm-
So did you come in?
Test my ass.
I'm
Okay,
glad-
I went in. I mean, because I'm here. I done got dressed.
Yeah.
I done came home early enough to get my hair done to look halfway decent. So I just went in and I was like, hey, I'm Stormy. I'm supposed to be here meeting Chris. And everybody's looking like, oh, hey, well, we don't know where he is.
He was getting cold feet.
That's something. He would tell me later. Came around the corner grinning too.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
He
doing?
had to go straight
I
and
wanted
no.
to see. I wanted to see if she could function by herself.
that-
Because I've been around some females in the past. I just wanted to see.
Zoom in on my face and
If,
get Mr. Man.
I
By
got you.
yourself.
I just wanted to see if you could operate by yourself. Come on in and and not be so nervous when you met my family. And you did a great job.
I thought you were gonna say you ran to the bathroom to make sure you were perfect when you
No,
came.
he purposely hid
That's crazy.
Yeah.
to see how I
Okay.
would react. What type of
Anybody
I just
is
wanted to
that?
see. I just wanted to see.
Anybody who
She
knows
passed the
Stormy
test.
could-
But he already knew that I
No.
was an independent person
I didn't. I
for
just
the
wanted to
most
see what
part.
you was gonna do.
But independent don't mean strong. He seen you were strong enough to stand
Yeah.
on your
Come on in.
own.
So what? But where did
Know what
y'all
I'm saying?
meet before that? For you even to invite
Oh,
her
wow.
to the
That's
We met a lot of different times.
yeah, we
Okay.
ran in the same circle.
Circle.
We didn't go
Okay.
to the same school, Kayla. I keep forgetting that because it never
No.
felt like it.
because we was always around
Yeah,
each
we was
other
always
still.
together. So we went to different schools, but he technically lived in our neighborhood, you know. And so we ended up running the same circles all of his friends went to high school with me.
Okay.
And so he would be hanging out with us on the weekends, and I didn't really pay attention to him because I was dating somebody else at the time. So I've never been the young lady that was what they call it, boy crazy.
Yeah.
That wasn't, I just knew him as Chris with the Chevy because everybody did not have a car, right? When we were in our groups. And so when we're trying to
find out who had the car.
when we were trying to plan to go somewhere, well, Chris is coming, and I'm like, Chris, who you know? Chris with the Chevy. So he could fit about 4 of us. So that's how he would like roll into conversations, and he would be with us, but I wasn't really paying attention to him. And then we even all went to prom together our senior year.
Yeah.
We went together as a group. Well, he went as a date with someone in our group, but we were all supposed to go as friends.
Okay.
They broke the rules, but he ended up coming with us to prom.
I didn't know I was breaking rules.
Yeah, he know. We were supposed to go as friends. But anyway, he came with us to prom and we ran in the same circles. I knew that he was dating with somebody. And it's so funny that we're sitting in the same room because Kayla, you kind of taught me this. She's the one who taught me to ask, like,
well,
how's
good job,
so-and-so
Kayla.
doing?
Good job.
Tell my
Kayla.
baby thank
Because,
you.
yeah.
Oh, man.
No,
Good job.
and I
Kayla.
was so used to that because we were both
Thank
in
you,
long-term
Kayla.
relationships. I mean,
Yeah.
you still with your guy, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People would come up and say, how are you with so-and-so? And then so they will also ask you, how are
Yeah.
you and Jermaine? And so I thought that's what you did when you knew someone was in a relationship. And so I knew no other way to interact with him, but I knew who he was. So I
Yeah.
would speak to him, ask him how he's doing, and ask him how him and who he was dating was doing. And he thought that was the strangest thing.
I didn't think it was strange. I was just like, okay, that's, I knew you was dating somebody too. And that was an icebreaker. You
Yeah.
know, that was an icebreaker that you used to spark a conversation.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about him.
Right.
He didn't go to the same school as us. I mean, I could have cared less to talk about his car. That's all I knew.
So do you remember the first day y'all ex? Oh, y'all
Yeah,
said
she
y'all
said
went to
just
school
ran- just
together.
So we
ran
were
into
at the
some-
club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Escalade.
No, I was never allowed to go to the Escalade. I was never allowed to go to the Escalade. But
That's good.
it was I had not graduated. I had finished summer school, and again we ran the same circles. I was like, hey, I passed biology. Let's go out. So everybody's texting everybody. I don't even think he knows that's the reason why we went out. But we all what was it called? Bentleys at
Bentleys,
the time.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was Rolex.
it was
Rolex.
Rolex back then.
Rolex.
Okay. These names.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all went and
I had a screaming bed back then.
yeah. And Healthy, we used to wear tight clothes, and
Yeah.
I smoked Black and Milds at the time, and so I gave Healthy my Black and Milds. Well, I asked him for one. They standing, you know how you stand in the club, all
With
whatever.
the chest out.
Yeah, whatever. Not even bopping their heads, but whatever. So I said, okay, Healthy, can I have my Black and Mild? He pulled it out, it was broken in half. Oh, I was so upset. He was like, I'm sorry, I don't got no more. But Chris was smoking a Black and Mild.
Okay.
I think he was right beside Healthy. So I either said, please tell me you have another black, or do you have another one that I can have? And he gave it to me. And I went to the other side of the bar area. I think he's going to say that this went differently, but I went to the other side of the bar area, got me something to drink, and was about to smoke my Black and Mild. And he sat down and he said, can I talk to you? And I was like, yeah. Talk to him. He's like, no, can I talk to you? Yeah, we could talk. He's like, no, I want to get to know you. And I was like, okay. I'm missing the
I
marks.
don't remember that.
Yeah. But we ended up sitting down and talking. It wasn't like a long conversation, but he asked for my number and I gave it to him. And then I also told him, don't call me because I don't think this is a good idea. Because we were in the same friend group. What if this doesn't work out? That would be awkward, and I don't remember his response. I think he was just like, okay. I don't remember his response in particular.
But see, I always got those responses from women at that time. I guess I'm a very controversial person.
He was
Back then, you
Back
think you were
then.
controversial?
Even back then?
I didn't think
I
so.
was
I just felt like we
extremely
ran in the same
controversial,
circles, and I was.
Yeah,
It
I
didn't work
I don't
out,
know. I just asked, you know what I'm
I'm saying
saying?
back then
understand
it was crazy because I was like she said she didn't really know about me, but a lot of people did, and it was a lot of envy, So
I did learn that quickly
Yeah,
once we
lot
started
of
officially
envy.
dating. Now
You know,
I did
then-
I did not know
then
that.
Christian with the Chevy and all
Yeah.
that stuff came with a lot.
And other girls,
It came with a lot.
other girls that
Oh,
he had in the
yeah.
lineup that he hadn't dismissed
Oh,
quite yet.
Good.
Now he had a roster.
I had a roster, but I didn't touch them. But most
were
of these women were
in
women
line
that-
waiting.
I guess, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And so here I come, and I just drop out of the sky to them, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Where the hell did she come
Yeah.
from?"
Yep.
That's how it happened most of the
They
time.
felt some type of way.
Yeah. And I mean, I circled back. I called him or I texted him some months, not months. It was still the summertime. I don't know. I text him later on, even though I told him not to call me.
That sounds
and-
familiar.
Shut up.
and- And I text him and he called me.
I was sitting.
And I
I was
said,
sitting in the trap house.
"Oh gosh,
Oh Lord.
who knew?" And I thought he was going to text me. I said, "I text you." He said, "Oh no, you done messed up now." And literally, that was it. After that, he called me every day. We'd be on the phone, and I was in college at the time. I
Well,
think
let me tell you what she said. She was like, "Well, I'm going through my phone because I got so many Chris's in my phone."
and that was true though.
Oh my God.
That was very true.
Oh, really?
No, it was true. I text all.
I
It
figured-
was
But it's a
four.
big game right here.
No, it really wasn't.
You were the best
what I
Chris
was
though.
thinking,
You were
yeah.
the best Chris.
It
You
wasn't
did.
like
thinking,
that.
like,
No,
that's some
okay.
big game, don't
I was truly telling the
Chris
truth.
is a common name.
I have twin cousins that have his name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if I can say their name. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they went to high school with me.
Okay, I know
And
them.
so, I was like, okay, well,
Is it this
if
one,
he
this
doesn't
one?
respond, and then I had two other ones. One was a manager from the past job. I did not text that one because I knew who that was. But I texted them and I was like, okay, if he doesn't respond, he doesn't respond.
Yeah, just trying to figure out who was who.
Yeah, but now two of them I did know. Okay, and I was like, okay, we're gonna see just what happens. And then he called me, and I was like, I'm texting you.
Right.
You
Text
know,
back.
yeah.
I'm not a texter. I don't. It's
And he
over.
You know
was
how
like, he
hard
said,
it was
oh
to
no.
text back then. You
Jermaine,
had to hit.
And
You
he
had to hit
had
a
one of those, was it blackjacks? He had a
Yeah.
keyboard.
Blackberry. Oh,
So that
keyboard.
should be
Blackberry.
much easier.
No
I'm texting,
sidekick.
man.
He had a sidekick.
Yeah.
Blackberry.
The only time I wanted to text
what
was
it was
when I was
called,
when I was in high school. 'Cause I was scared to say stuff. So I was able to shoot them texts. And let's see what happens.
All right.
Well, that's technically what I did.
What
Yeah.
school
But
you
after
went
that,
to?
I went to Malden.
Malden. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Malden High.
And I didn't even know what high school he went. Y'all, I did not know much about him at all. We just ran in the same circles. And
Well, I heard about Stormi a lot. When I was in middle school. Yeah. When I was in I'm talking about she went to Hughes.
What middle school? I know me when he was
yeah.
together. What middle school you went to?
I went to the real, but you know I stay in Bellevue.
Jermaine, you don't make it no better
Hey,
laughing.
I'm just
my
saying,
homeboys
man.
go to Hughes, they go to Beck. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing about all the girls.
Okay, you
know,
heard
they
about
go to different
Stormi.
schools.
You were popular, Stormi.
I
That's all
was
I'm
not.
saying.
I just had a
Shit.
unique name. I was not popular.
Well, one of my cousins, he wrote her.
Oh
explicit
God, I
letter.
forgot about that. Please, please, I forgot about that. Go ahead and tell it. Go ahead and tell it.
No, he just wrote her explicit letter.
Did he tell you that, or did I ultimately?
You told
tell
me that.
Okay, because
And so basically, this way I used to see her in the yearbook picture. And I was like, what y'all talking about? Because her yearbook picture was hitting
rough.
on nothing.
Oh man,
like-
I was not
Dang.
photogenic.
Oh
Like,
my God.
What the hell? Like, I don't
be
see
like-
what y'all talking about.
in my pictures.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't see it at all. You know.
But, look, you ain't have to spit no game together though. So hey,
Well, I did.
Oh, you
I
did.
had to
What
work
you?
hard.
You remember what you
Oh
said?
yeah, Chris
You
worked
remember
hard.
what you
Even
said?
though I reached back out. Okay, even though I reached back out to
I
him.
didn't say too much, but I still had to work hard.
Yeah, he had to.
Yeah.
I had just came out of a. To me, it seemed like a long, serious
Me too.
relationship.
I had just came out of one myself.
And I really didn't. I just wanted to have a good time, and I don't mean that like in a hoish way. I just wanted to have a good time. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you. I'm glad you clarifying everything you said.
Thank
Cause
you.
one time you said I was outside. I was thinking like, okay, I hope she go ahead and tell the rest of the story.
I don't know Stormi since middle
I
school.
know, I'm messing with her. I'm messing with her.
never
though.
been that
I'm
type of girl.
messing with her. though,
No, I
man.
got you. I did, but no, I just again, I grew up with a single mom. She had never been married, and whenever she realized that I had like broke it off with my serious relationship, she said, "Just enjoy yourself. You know, date different guys. You know, take them up on their offers to take you to dinner. Spend time, get to know different guys before you dive back in. Enjoy being alone. You know." She was like, "I've been alone all my life." She's like, "It's not a horrible thing, but if you find somebody great, but don't think that you have to settle." And so that's just the mindset that I had. So I really didn't want to date anyone seriously, but I was already dating different people, hanging out. And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll talk to Chris too.
So I'm asking this, like me when I met Kayla, like she wasn't the type of girl that I would have
Yeah.
went with.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but I'm just saying.
I
But we've
agree.
been
I was out of your
together.
league.
But we've been together all the years, even
I
though
Yeah.
was
Stormy,
both of y'all.
Stormy,
What's-
and normal
well,
type.
what
and
she
Miss
was
Chris.
like-
I'm gonna say, we was in high school, and I was dating somebody, and we went to one of her friends' house to watch a movie, and Stormy stood up. That's when I really just got a chance to see her.
Yeah.
Stormy stood up, and she was talking, and the way her presence in the room, and the way she, just the way she spoke and the way she carried herself. I was like, "Boy, I gotta talk to her one day. I gotta see what she about." But she seemed very interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, I like girls that were over proportion, Like we
I
all
got what you
did.
saying.
So, but Stormy
I would different.
beat all that down. I was like,
I was a stick.
you know what I'm saying? I
He
was
said
like,
over
but she,
proportion. What that mean?
like,
He
you know
talking
what I
about
mean?
broke
Curvy.
boobs, tits,
Oh,
Overdeveloped.
like
pH,
Yeah.
pH,
Brick
the-
house.
Oh,
You
the
know what I'm saying?
BBL,
Like the
Yeah.
Instagram
the
bodies.
nowadays.
Brick house.
But I dated petite women, but Stormy, I was just like, you know what? I said, I gotta talk to her one day. And when I got the opportunity to do it, that was at the club that night. And I just came out of a long relationship, and I was like, Stormy, I was like, I'm gonna enjoy myself, because I never just had the opportunity to be a player. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, when I was in
being
high
a
school,
player get tired.
I didn't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I probably had I had 3 girlfriends in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, you had 3 in high school?
Just 3.
Oh,
Just
man.
3. I was a relationship type guy. And now I'm married, I'm married, but yeah, I went out there like that. So I was like, man, look, I feel like I'm missing out on something. So I was willing to go ahead and go out there and have a good time and sow my royal oats, like they say. But then when I seen Stormy, I was like, man, I gotta
Change course.
yes, because like she said, like her mama said, if you see somebody great, then you need to go ahead and you need to change your course. And I knew that Stormy was great, because I do my background, or I do an investigation on anybody that I date.
Damn.
I have to. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I try my best. I mean,
It
I
wasn't
don't know
no,
everything.
look, it wasn't no Facebook on thing
Fingerprints.
back then.
Fingerprints.
It was like MySpace, I think, back
Nah, I
then.
didn't
What
even
type
have
of
MySpace,
investigation
so
But we
you
ran
did?
in the
Find me
same
that
circle.
way.
So
Okay,
Yeah.
I got
You
it.
could ask
You were
around.
asking people.
You
Yeah, a
asked
lot of my
Okay.
homeboys knew her, and they was like, "Oh yeah, bro, she good." And I didn't really let them know I was trying to date her because
Cause they'll try to jump in front of you
Well,
like,
well,
but he
they-
like I like her too.
well, they probably think that. I know one of my homeboys. I'm gonna say his nickname, Black Knight. Black Knight was like, "But she ain't going for it.
Yeah.
She ain't going. You
Black
can't-
Knight was my buddy.
She ain't going for it.
Oh.
She ain't going
He
for
ain't
it.
want
That's
you
too
talking
much.
to her, but you really,
You knew me well
I
enough
ain't
to
gonna
know
say
that that might be
nothing.
interesting.
he ain't want you talking to her.
Hey, you sound like it, but
It was accurate.
but it was. I mean, a
It
lot
was
of people
accurate.
told me that they were like, "Man, she's hard to deal with."
It's hard to deal with.
I promise you. They said she's hard to deal with, but she a great girl.
Yeah.
I don't
Now,
know.
I'm
So
finna-
I'm gonna accept that challenge.
I'm gonna tell you, see, man, what made me, start like Kayla.
Because I was gonna ask, because when I tell you, I feel like you fell out of the sky
Hey,
And
look.
did, and
So
did.
what
with
had
the
happened?
yellow Cadillac.
Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all a story.
Yellow
So
Cadillac.
I'm gonna get in that story then. So,
Yellow Cadillac?
so
We had a
look,
long yellow
but before,
Cadillac.
but when I met Kayla, I met her before that. The
Okay,
Cadillac though.
okay.
See what I'm
Well,
saying?
see, that's when I finally met you. I was
Yeah.
like, who is this old ass man with this Cadillac?
Damn, man, come on, man. I can't
For
believe
real.
you, man. She called me
like,
an
this
old
something ain't
man.
right.
Oh my god.
I don't know what school he done went to.
man.
Is he finished with
Oh
school?
shit. I mean, dang.
That's how I felt.
Hey,
I
well-
mean, you didn't come off as a bad person. I was just like, where
Nah, I
did he
know
come
what
from?
you said. I was an old
Because me
dude
and
though.
Kayla were
I
thick
did
as
have a Cadillac though.
thieves.
I
Yeah.
did have a
You did
Cadillac.
have
It was yellow
an
too.
old man Cadillac.
And it
was
looked like an old man
long.
Cadillac for real
Did
though.
you paint it yellow? or did it
Nah,
come
I
in
kept
white?
everything
it was
original.
yellow.
Original
Okay,
radio,
okay.
everything was original.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
so I'm gonna
Jermaine
give
with the yellow Cadillac.
I'm gonna give one of my cousins props though. So how I met my cousin, I'm gonna give you both his name. His real name Leon. I call him Doobadoo.
Call who?
Doobadoo.
Doobadoo.
Yeah, that's
I
it. That's
remember
his,
that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, he was like, man, come to the movies with me. Whatever. He said he finna go meet somebody. So I was like, man, I'll take you because I the one had the car out of us. So I took him to the movies. He going there to meet the girl he would meet. Kayla was there. It was Fast and the Furious 2, 2003. I'll never
Look at
forget
that. Look at that. You know.
Hey, so I know
Know it
where
out.
I really met her. So
Yeah.
so it was the day that movie first came out. So anyway, met Kayla, I ain't never liked light skinned girls at all.
I think you keep telling that lie.
And all the
Keep
girl,
going.
and every girl I messed with was hood for real. You feel what I'm saying? So when I met her, I'm in there, I'm aggressive because every girl I ever talked to was aggressive. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I can only
So when I
imagine
met
how
her, I
that
just
went.
threw my arm around her like, I don't even know her from nothing. Like, we sitting in the movie beside each other. I think I said something like, man, you gonna be sitting beside me, man. You gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go. Hey, I done put my arm around.
Oh wow.
And I remember thinking, like, this person
Hey,
go get his dirt arm up from around me.
hey, so I'm hugging her, don't know her for nothing, whatever. So anyway, we left that day. In my mind, I was like, man, I ain't gonna never talk to her no more. I ain't gonna see her again. I just did this for my cousin.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was sitting down one day.
Can't even get it out.
Hey, I was sitting down one day at the house. Think it was football game or something was on. I got a phone call, like, damn, who number this is? That was you. You had called me. And you know, at the time, because I was sitting beside somebody else. When you call, I answer the phone, right? I answer the phone, you start talking. And I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? We were having a good ass conversation. I got up. I went to my mom's bathroom, mom talking to you and shit. Cause the person I was talking to at the time, I ain't even gonna lie, I already was about done with them. Because the way they eat, I already was like, yeah, this shit ain't gonna work.
When they eat, okay.
Yeah. So I was like, this ain't gonna work.
Okay.
I already knew that it was about to be over with, but it was like perfect time. And she called me over talking, and we were talking for a long time. And I'm thinking like, damn, I don't even talk on the phone this long.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, every time we talk, it was like long conversations. And I was like, damn, I can talk to her that long. I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna try something different instead of, cause I used to be the type of dude, I like the crazy girl. Like, if she wasn't crazy, I ain't want to talk to her. She gotta be down there about ready to kill me. Hey, if she about ready to kill me, I be like, but she love me for real.
I'm not gonna love you to death.
Hey, but from that day on, you know, it been what it had been, you know.
I knew nothing about you. That's crazy.
But we really started going, we was talking, but we started going together the year Carolina and New England was in the Super Bowl.
Oh wow.
They played each other. And that's
Was
her
it
daddy
07?
football team. No, that was like
05, 04?
Maybe 05.
I think that was
03?
probably, it had to be 05 or
Yeah, something was like that. But
I
yeah,
don't know
05,
nothing
it was
about football,
05,
but I'm just
05.
remembering when I
It
first
was-
officially met you. That's what I'm
It was
basing off
05. They were playing each other Super Bowl. I remember head time came. I missed the Janet Jackson thing. I was kind of like, damn.
I missed it too.
I missed Janet Jackson for you.
Yeah.
know what I'm
I
saying?
missed it too.
of.
I was like,
Who you missing for?
I watched it.
nobody.
He said, yeah.
I was in somebody. I don't know what I was in.
You,
and I missed
you
it.
was in somebody
I was
else.
on the phone
He
with
was-
the day when it
nobody
happened.
Hey, she on the phone
I was
watching.
watching it.
I had my mama had a lot of people at their house, so I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I hear everybody going crazy. I'm like, damn, what on? She telling me on the phone what happened. I'm over here like, damn, I missed it,
remember
but I
what
ain't
was
even
it, but I
care at the
definitely missed it.
time. I'm
Because
like,
you was on the phone with her,
say,
yeah.
I'm on the phone with you.
Yeah.
It ain't even important. Now I go watch the instant replay.
I seen everything go down the next day. I ain't know nothing about it.
Say,
I seen it on Inside Edition. They were talking about it.
right.
Now we started
Poor
talking.
Janet.
We started talking around that time.
Jenny wanted to show that titty.
Then,
She
for real
wanted to show that titty.
though. For real though.
Yeah, she did.
Yes, for real though.
Justin said he grabbed it and whipped.
He definitely did.
That was
That's why I
playing.
did. Yeah, he
That
definitely
was
did.
that was playing. Boy.
You know, I always wondered how y'all, and I just never asked Kayla. It kind of, to me, it just kind of took off.
Yeah.
Because then here comes Jaden.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
And I was like, boy, y'all being grown.
See, man, so how Jaden? So with Jaden, so with him when I actually started, you know what I'm saying, going, we started actually like being together every day, cause we were together down there every day. See, Jaden,
He just kind
he
of
just popped up out the
I'm
blue. I was
telling
like, damn,
you.
where he come from?
I'm
It's
telling
alright.
you, I'll never forget it. I called Kayla one day. I was like, what you doing? She was like, nothing, laying in the bed with man. It's like, whoa. I said, he got to be grown if he has a bed for you to lay in. And this is just
I was
like
laying in her bed
casual.
too. You know
He
what
was
I'm
there.
saying?
He probably was at my
I didn't know. So in my head, because I had already came over here before to see you, because you was not leaving him. If I wanted to spend time with you, I had to come up this hill. I was telling Chris, I remember when it was straight gravel, and
It
I used to
was,
be
though.
traumatized
It was,
in
though,
my
for
little
real.
Honda Civic. Used to be thinking I'm gonna tear my car up coming to see you.
You right, everybody used to think that.
Hated
for real.
it, and it would be dark every time I came. It would be nighttime, and I'm like, okay. I did not know that this was your family's house. I'm like, this is a whole grown ass man. He got his own house. Like, I didn't know because we would just speak to each other. You know, we were never
grown.
like rude to each
I
other.
was
But
grown before I was grown. For
I
real.
had no idea. I thought
I'm just gonna say something right quick. If you're a child, you don't try this.
no, please.
This relationship and this bond was ordained.
Yeah, I'm telling you
It ain't
because
gonna happen like this every time.
Yeah,
if you
no.
laying around.
yeah, no.
He not that much older than me.
So
I
lame.
think because we was at a point where we didn't have cars and stuff. He seemed older, I guess. I don't know.
But Kayla, you had your Toyota though.
But not when I met him.
Yeah, you did. You had your Toyota right after you met me. Not long
I
after.
felt like that
You were working
was-
at McDonald's. You got your Toyota.
I'll never
working at
forget the day you
McDonald's.
got it. Yeah.
But come on.
No, because you used to drive us. Remember, you used to have to drive us to the movies and stuff. Because we
That was
had to call a friend who had a car. And so for several,
In the
for a
yellow
long
Cadillac.
time-
In
for
the
a
yellow
long time.
Cadillac. Yeah.
I wish I would have seen it.
I'd be in the
I
back
was
seat,
your
Kayla
man,
be in
man.
the
I
front,
was
just
the man.
proud.
I was
'Cause That's
your
her
papa.
He
man.
used to
That
come,
thing
he
you
used to
stay
come pick
clean,
up,
too,
look
boy.
like me,
For
sometimes
real.
Jessica and some other friends. Yeah, he
That
used to pick
thing-
us up.
that
Yeah,
thing
we used to have that
stayed
thing
clean.
packed out.
Right.
I was
You
like,
had
he
ring
all right
rubber?
with me.
Nah,
he got
everything was
a
original.
functioning
Oh,
car.
yeah,
White walls on.
I would have had to see that.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, so, you know.
I probably seen you somewhere. Didn't
You probably
but that's a
did.
yellow
I was
Cadillac.
on the
It's a yellow-
move,
it was
man.
him?
I couldn't do nothing
Can't
wrong.
do nothing.
And nothing right.
No,
either.
yeah, you definitely stuck out like a sore thumb.
Right.
Yeah.
But
You're
no,
right.
that's his mom and dad. But you know, honestly, now that I'm grown and I sit back and think, I was being a little too grown for my britches.
You was making me nervous.
All right, but see, like you had a mother who was very involved mother. Everybody wanted to have Stormi Mama. Stormi Mama was the bomb. You could talk to her about anything.
Yeah.
Miss Ginger.
She had a very
Ginger's
involved
awesome.
mother. My mother was not as
Miss Joanne was
involved.
very laid back.
Yeah, she was like, y'all do y'all thing. As long as y'all don't bother me.
Yeah.
I still love you, Mom. So I think that also kind of played a role in it as well. Because I didn't have nobody guiding me to be like, girl, what the hell you doing?
Because I used to ask you, I used to be like, Kayla,
Nobody was there to be like, you doing too much.
why don't you come out the house and hang out with me for a while? No, it's all right. Just come up here. I'm gonna tell you where to turn. Back then, there wasn't no MapQuest. You truly had to know how to follow directions. I never forget the first time I came over here. I was like, surely this is not where Kayla want me to go. I got to drive up this hill. I don't know about that, but yeah,
I was like, I turned by the hot spot or something. Back in there, a little cricket or something.
yeah. Good
But,
times.
But yeah, but I think that's.
Did we answer
why-
your question? Because I know the question.
I don't even remember what the question was. How y'all meet?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, you answer how y'all.
Well,
you answer.
okay, let's back it up. So we talked, and I did stop dating like other guys, like hanging out with other guys, because in my head, I just thought it was disrespectful. I didn't know where we were going to go, but I was talking to him every day, spending time with him. He would come, take me grocery shopping. When I tell you, they used to love when Chris would come, because that meant he would take me to the grocery store afterwards, and we get name brand food. Okay, and so
I had to come up there and regulate. I told. Can I tell this? You know what I'm talking about?
what? How ashy I was?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't care. I was
told her,
super laid back.
I said,
yeah.
look here. I
You said you gotta anoint yourself.
Yes, I said.
That's
I
exactly what
said
he
both
said.
of us can't be ashes.
Yeah.
Because I don't wear lotion.
Yeah.
I don't wear
To this
it. That's
day,
the
he
truth.
does
I don't know. It's just my daddy don't.
I was
do
just
it.
about to say his dad does the same
I
thing.
don't know. I just.
But you is. I hate to
anoint
say
myself
this.
when I
you
have
is
to.
light skin. You ain't got weight.
And you gotta do nothing right.
I get ashy now.
Oh,
He be-
I
shit.
get ashy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put lotion on in the wintertime, but in
But see-
summertime, oh no.
In college, I wasn't the girl that dressed up. Like a lot of people didn't even know I had long hair. I kept my do-rag on. I go to class, wear a hat, oversized hoodie, maybe with lander on it, and sweats. I did not dress up at all. And so I would go to class, eat, go to bed. Like I did what I was supposed to do. If I worked on campus or whatever, I go to work. Like I didn't care about none of that. So
You want to party? You want partying in college?
I mean, I did, but
little bit.
I wasn't really like super into my appearance and trying to like appeal to anybody. I was just chilling. I was just trying to survive in college.
Trying to get out of there.
I already had zero study skills, so I was making it by the skin of my teeth. Like, I wasn't worried about none of that. And then he literally said, you have to anoint yourself. And I already knew what he was talking about when he said it to me. And I was just looking at him. And he was like, we both can't be ashy. And I was like,
I said it can't be two ashy people.
yeah, or
In
something.
this
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah. And so
It can only be one.
I was like, God, now I gotta wear lotion. Okay, at least it's not telling me to change how
I
I
was trying to
dress.
figure out how to say it without hurting her feelings.
You
Yeah.
gotta anoint
That was the
yourself.
best way to
good
say
way.
And
it.
I was just like,
You know what I'm saying?
okay, I guess
Hey.
I'll oil up.
Oh,
Hey
Lord, not
man,
anoint
so we're gonna
yourself.
get into the marriage thing, right? I
Okay.
know I'm jumping, but
Y'all been
anyway,
married 12
we're
years,
gonna get into the
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
So, did you? I always ask every man this question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get on your knee?
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, we man, it was crazy. But I was trying to figure out how I was gonna do it. I think I was about to go to the military. And
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
we went downtown, we went to Luna Moon. It's a little, gelato place, a little gelato restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And that was our little favorite spot, and we would go there, and I tried to make it seem like it was an ordinary night. And I had that ring, it was in my pocket. It was like my pocket was on fire. You know what I'm saying? I would go in my pocket and I would touch it. I was like, man, what am I doing? Should I do it in here? Something's like, nah, not here. So I took Stormy to our favorite spot downtown, not downtown, but at what is it, River Park?
Falls Park.
Falls Park. You gotta forgive me, I can't remember all the names.
Good.
But Falls Park, it's a swing in the middle of the park. And we would always sit there.
It's where we sat on our first date, like our first
Yes.
official date.
Okay.
We sat there till like 4:00 in the morning.
Yep,
talking.
Yep. So it was a tree beside us, and it was like a split in the tree. And the moon was right in the middle of it. And I said, man, that's beautiful. I said, Stormy, look at it. You see that right there? And she looked. She was like, oh, that's beautiful. When she turned around, I was on my knee.
Aww.
And then I said, I asked her, would she marry me? And then she was like, where everybody at?
Yeah, I just knew
She
that
just knew
everybody was
somebody
in
there.
on it.
I was like, Stormy, what you talking about? I said, look, I ain't telling nobody about this. I said, because when things go south or when things go north or when things get bad or good, I said, it's just gonna be me and you.
I'll
So
never
why
forget it.
invite everybody
Never
when it's just
forget
gonna be us when we're gonna have to go through stuff?
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a
I'm
good
telling
one.
you.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
That's
I-
That's
real
exactly what he
yeah.
said.
So that's
yeah.
how it happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't methodically planned. It wasn't nothing planned out.
It was your plan though.
Yeah.
It was the most high plan.
I was gonna
'cause
say,
I don't know how it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a script or nothing. I
And it
just
was
let it happen.
nighttime. Like it wasn't like during the day where a lot of people could see us or anything like that. But
Well, Falls Park wasn't jumping like that. Then.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
That was like, what was that? That was
And
what
it
was
wasn't doing nothing then.
2011.
Yeah, it wasn't doing
Yeah.
nothing. They was. I think they
12.
just really.
Yeah.
I don't even
Start
think they
fixing it
started
up.
building
Yeah.
that yet.
It was getting nice, but it wasn't that
nobody
many
going
people
down
out there.
Yeah.
Like we went down there, it didn't smell like dog piss and stuff. Now it stank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
He said, "I got my knee got there and some shit
Yeah.
for you."
Yeah, I did. Did you get on your knee, Jermaine?
But nah.
You did. You didn't keep
I
tradition.
grew up. I don't even know if my daddy got on his knee. So
Okay, you
my
did.
tradition might still be going. You feel me?
Gotcha.
Hey, you feel me? So me and Kelly, we were just sitting there eating one day. I said, man, look, we gonna get married or what?
I mean, y'all had
You know what
definitely
I'm
been
saying?
together
Okay,
quite
okay.
So
some
we
time.
was already together like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
now one of us ever believed in getting married though.
Yeah.
We like, man, we been together this long and we good.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So then we started looking at all the business side of it when it kind of like if something happened to one of us.
Yeah. The
Yes.
legal
Then
You
I
side.
don't
started
want to be
looking
no
at,
special
like,
friend.
Right.
Then I
No
started looking
obituary.
at
No special
then I
friend.
started
and
looking at my
obituary.
real obligations for real.
Yeah,
Like,
the
okay,
kids.
if I do this, I'm showing you, like, if something happened to me, like, this the obligation that I'm showing you that you can have it. Like, it don't matter. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, and that's why I just did it that day. And a lot of other little reasons, you know what I'm saying? That's the main.
I got a question. How long
so,
does
man.
it take for a man to realize that he want to marry a woman? A woman at my job told me a man know in 6 months whether he want to marry
Oh
you.
yeah, they know
Right,
quickly.
yeah.
And she was like, and if y'all together about a year or two, he ain't proposed or he don't want you. I said, I don't know about that, but maybe you're right. You was the OG. So what? How long?
I'ma say, I ain't gonna say he know he want to marry you, but he know if you wifey material though.
Yeah.
How long that took?
I'm saying you can see that. You probably can see
Instantly.
that.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's
probably
immediate.
I'm
Okay.
saying, yeah, you can see that immediately.
Yeah.
Why-
6 months after 6 months, if you see something different, then you know, like, oh yeah, she
Yeah.
So when- so
you
when-
can't keep that
how
up what you was
long?
doing earlier. I'm saying immediately though, you can.
I'm talking about that you want to marry.
I hate to say it like this because people look at family different. But sometimes, like what Chris said, how he wanted you to see how you react with his family, interact with his family and stuff. Sometimes you can see how somebody interact with family members and see what type of person they are. You
The
like, okay,
family's
she really
important
do
to
got
you.
a good
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
She really can't handle her own. She really not looking at certain stuff because I
That's
ain't
right.
got this and I ain't got that and she
Yep.
don't care about this and she don't care about that. So you can kind of see it immediately though.
Yep.
Know what I'm saying? You can see the person that, okay, you want me to buy your bed this week and next week?
Yeah.
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 You know what I'm saying? You with me for that.
Yeah.
Like you didn't want to have no wedding. Like I was like, you should like,
Yeah.
I'm over here thinking what everybody
Same
else might think.
conversation. Yeah, that was Chris. He was like, "Are
Yep.
you sure?" I was like, "Costs too much. We entertaining people. They gonna talk about us
Yeah.
anyway.
I
Let's just."
wanted to have one because I know the family did. I was
Yeah.
trying to appease the
Think
family.
about everybody
Same.
else.
But when Stormy was like, she didn't want to have it, I was like, my pocket's gonna be straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? that's how, I'll be worrying about them pockets.
Kayla had us going to buy, we over here going to buy, trying to get the, I'm like, whatever you want to do. She like, we can go get a dress. She want to go get the cheapest dress.
That is not.
I'm saying it wasn't the cheapest,
It was not.
but,
It just was
but
cute.
I'm saying it was in the hundreds. But I'm
It
just
was
saying,
like a couple thousand, in
but
the
I'm-
thousands at least.
but I'm just saying though, she was like, I don't want to spend that much money.
didn't.
But I'm thinking like you would think.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I just want her to look good on this
Yep.
wedding day. But we lost some money on it. Cause she didn't want to do it. So we were like, you know what? But we'll lose that money.
Yeah.
Then we send the dress back then.
I never got it. We lost.
But
money
you-
because I
but
had
we
booked-
paid on
I
it, though.
had- No, I had. We talking about the I had booked like a DJ or caterer or something.
No,
I
we
had
bought
lost the
that bill. We
deposit.
had paid for the
They
little
gave me
building
that
too.
back.
Oh, they gave
But I
that
had
back.
booked like a caterer or
Well,
something like that.
I
had lost the
was
deposit.
mad. I was mad that we lost $250.
So that's how much our
Well, I
wedding
was-
was. It was a little
Well, I
bit
was
more than
hot.
that. So
Go ahead. I want to tell the story.
Can I?
Go ahead. That boy.
Chris,
I was hot.
when this happened, he was like, "We will not be going to this church once we get married because
Don't
this
put
was
no
a,
names out there.
I'm not. This was a church that I had attended.
I still got respect for the man.
Yeah, that I had attended for years.
I got you.
And paid my tithes. And in order for us to have the sanctuary, because we decided we were going to do it a little bit bigger than we planned. Not bigger, but just invite more people. And so once we finished our marriage counseling with the pastor, he's like, well, I can fit 12 people in here in my study, or y'all can do the prayer garden. And so we're like, oh, Chris was like, our friends need to see this. So we need to do so much more than 12 people. And so I reached back out to him, or maybe it was another session. And he was like, yeah, the sanctuary is $250. And Chris was like, but you pay tithes.
Yeah. It's supposed to be free.
Yeah.
And you a member of the church.
But see,
That's
this is what I think it. This is what I think it out. This is what everything boiled down to. He seen I was tight. I didn't want to talk about my finances. I'm like, we ain't got. He was like,
That was already taken care of, too.
I ain't talking about that with you.
Yeah.
You know, I told him straight up. That's my business.
I'm with you
You know,
on that.
He didn't say it like that. He was like, that's already done, sir.
Hey.
She's already on my accounts and everything.
But that's my business.
Yeah.
Though. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I know y'all still in love, like what Kelly said earlier. When somebody try to tell you what you didn't say and you feel like you said that,
Hey,
We gotta
you know
get
how
the
you
story.
wanted to say
I
it.
would
You
like-
I just said
I would like to
I-
defend the
I-
maybe I did, but that's my business.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get my money. You know what I'm saying?
Kelly tried to straighten me up earlier talking about you ain't say it like that.
You didn't.
I'm like,
Well,
but
I would
I
like
believe
to-
she's right, but I just know what I had
But
in my
you
head.
did.
I would
Yeah,
like to
being
defend the
respectful, you know?
250 to say what he also probably didn't notice is that there were people there that the church paid for, like the groundskeeper. He was there. I said, lock the doors at 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. He was there to let us in. They cleaned up. And the wedding ministry, they were still hired because it was a wedding. So I
y'all
had
paid
two
for
elder
them.
women in there
Yeah.
helping me get ready with my mama and my cousin.
Well, this is the thing. I was gonna give a donation, but I felt like he didn't think we was gonna give a donation.
Yeah, you're not getting no love offering now, basically.
I was gonna give him $500.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I was gonna give him $500, but he didn't. I don't think he thought we was gonna give him no money.
Yeah, I thought if you was a member of the church, you didn't have to pay
It's free.
for the weddings or the funerals.
That
Free.
is what I think too. But I think because it was a wedding, you had to pay for certain. Those people are just not. Everybody gets paid at
They on
church.
the,
It's
they
a
on the
business.
payroll. They have a payroll.
Right.
We should have had to pay for that. Your tithes paid for it, and
Well,
everybody else.
that's where I'm thinking.
That's part of the
went
membership.
to.
Because we didn't have any. There was zero
They got a
decorations.
gym
We
and
literally
all that.
Yeah, it's
They
very
got-
nice.
It's yeah.
It's
I
a
was
very
gonna
nice
ask you
church.
what
Parking
church, but
lot
we ain't gonna worry
paved.
about that.
Not
Parking lot is
paid.
paid, and they have
With
parking lot
white
ministry
lines,
with people
all
out
white
there.
White.
Yes.
Damn.
Keep them white.
Yes.
The facilities
Get
were
outta here.
always very nice.
Yeah.
But
All the churches play basketball in their church.
all right,
In the
Chris.
Right.
90s.
He said they gonna know.
They gonna
I
piece it
already
together.
I got a feeling I know what you talking about. I think
Most
it's in
people
Pete,
know,
no.
yeah. But yeah, Chris, he was like, but you know what the old folks say, you move your letter when you get married anyway. That's what they say.
But it's
So I
all
already
good,
knew
though.
that
Like
I was
said, I got a lot
going.
of respect for the man.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Great.
Yeah, man.
I already
But he
knew
had
I
to
was.
get his though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta
That
get
day.
it. You gotta get yours.
I already knew I was
Some
going
people
to
got
his
a
church.
job.
So when he said that, I was just like,
Okay.
well, maybe I shouldn't have had to pay that, but okay. Also, I spent like $50 on my dress because I was very pregnant, so it was more than $250.
Beautiful.
And I went to. Well, thank you. I went to Whole Foods the night before and got a little bundle of flowers. So I spent like $310 total on our
Yeah.
ceremony.
Yeah.
Oh, and rings. I bought
But
your
yeah,
ring.
but the thing about it is, she had a beautiful picture with her walking up the aisle, and one of my cousins was like this.
In the background, recording
Like,
and behind me.
oh my gosh! I was
All,
like,
all of my wedding
yes.
pictures were pretty much ruined.
Yep.
My line sister
You got
came.
the AI.
Yeah,
Oh, you
we
can do that now.
Yeah, you can definitely do that
We gotta
now.
remove them.
But I really wasn't trying to make a big deal out of anything, but I did want photos, and so my line sister was
after the marriage, after the ceremony, excuse me, honey. Like we didn't have nobody to really just coordinate anything.
No.
So everybody bum rushed.
Yes,
us.
they were all over us and around us taking
was
pictures
like,
with their
whoa.
own phones. And in that process, my line sister's camera is going. And by the time she could get us by ourselves, it had died. Her batteries had died.
It was amazing.
And so we got what
There's
we
a lot of
could,
love
and
in
there
there.
was a lot of
love.
people there. Like we just sent out text messages a couple
Some
days
people
before.
still mad though. I was talking to my homeboys last night. We was talking about that. They were like, "Bro, I ain't even get to come."
Yeah.
I said, "We're trying to do something. We're gonna do something again so we can get
I
everybody."
don't want to do anything
I
again.
know
It
she
costs
don't.
too much.
We're gonna do something. We're gonna renew our vows.
When he starts seeing the numbers, he's gonna change
I
his
just want
mind.
to. I just want to ask something. It might be a hard question, man.
Yes, sir.
Like me and Kayla, right? My mama and my daddy, they was together. You know what I'm saying? Before I was born, like, well, y'all know that.
Clearly before you.
But they-
Obviously, right?
but they been together since my mama was maybe 14.
Oh wow, yeah.
So they still together, whatever. But I'm saying it ain't like it was the perfect relationship.
Yeah, because you gotta
But-
grow, but that's a lot of growing.
And
now.
Kayla, you know what I'm saying? You know, y'all know Kayla, so you know I'm a single parent. You know what I'm saying? Like your parent, I know single parent. Your
man,
moms and pops together.
My situation is I come from Nazareth.
Yeah.
Like it's I don't even want to dishonor my parents.
No, I'm saying they together though.
But I'm just saying. I'm telling you.
They are married. They're in their own marriages.
Yes.
To answer your question.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason
Yeah.
why I ask, cause I know, like I be telling, like some people sometimes be like, just because I seen my mama and my daddy in the
Yeah.
marriage, sometimes it make it, like we have problems in our marriage, sometimes it make it easy for me to sit there and understand like stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
cause I
also
grew
because
up
you had your
seeing it.
father, man, that's what make you a great leader.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying. Even
Oh, yeah.
that, like
Oh, yeah.
I can see like,
Mm-hmm.
like you know what, my mama done went through all this, whatever. I can stick through this.
Yep.
Sometimes I put stuff on Kayla like
I was gonna
in my mind,
say that too.
in my
yeah, I
mind
put
I
stuff
feel
on her,
like
too.
I know you ain't grow up like
Yeah.
I did, so I know you might not understand. You know what I'm saying? But I be hoping she can stick through certain things. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying?
And then
That's
also
why I
your
asked, 'cause y'all
viewpoints
been
of
together
your
so long.
mothers,
Right.
like they went through this and they
Yeah.
did, but they still were able to do this, and it's
Yeah.
like you don't know the tears your mama was crying when you
Yeah.
weren't paying attention. You don't know she was about to lose her mind. She held it together long enough to take care of you.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
like my grandparents, right? like my daddy. Like my daddy used to tell me, like on the weekend he go to his other family, but through the week he take care of home though.
Yeah, that's
That was
my granddaddy
absolutely
was
normal
like that
back
too.
then.
And
My
then
granddaddy was like that too.
but I think my daddy seeing it, like it's some stuff you take away and some stuff you want to keep. Like he like I ain't gonna do it, even
Well,
though he
see,
would
that
leave it
was me.
sometime though.
Like I seen so much coming up.
Yeah,
That's what made me like you know we was talking about like when I was in high school I didn't really deal with a lot of women. Didn't really deal with a lot of women in my life,
yeah,
but all the drama I seen, bro. I grew up in Willa Homes,
yeah.
so I seen men coming in this building that night, and then the next night they go into the other
I
building.
already know what
And
you're
I
talking
tell this story all the time. I was extorting them because I knew all the women
about.
on my side of Willow Home. So I was like, look, if you don't give me $5 to go to the ice cream truck, bro, I'm telling. I'm telling.
Yeah.
And so I would have my hand out. They had to pay me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was wrong because I used to see women fight over men all the time. I'm talking about razor blades coming out, women bloody and all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I seen weave getting pulled out, everything. So I was just like, bro, I can't live like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I seen my dad, my mom was married, you know, my daddy was married. So I looked at their relationships and their marriages and I just took stuff from it.
Yeah.
Some things I didn't like about what was going on in their marriages, and I left that out.
Yeah.
But my childhood, it still affected our marriage in the beginning stages.
How you
Because
thought some things was okay.
I thought I was good,
Yeah.
but I had a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Stormy had to go through all that with me. You know what I'm saying? But over time, I realized that, okay, well, I'm not perfect like I think I am. You know, I thought I had all that worked out, but I was taking it out on my wife.
I got what you
You know,
saying.
I had
Yeah.
trust issues. Like, I remember when Stormy, we was talking one time, I was like, I can't give you all my heart. I can give you most of it. I said, because I done seen so many people get hurt. Like before we got married, I didn't even think our first daughter was our child because I seen so many people in my family take care of babies that wasn't theirs.
We were in marriage counseling, and mind you, by the time he came back home from the military, I was pregnant, but I wanted to stay the course and go ahead and go through marriage counseling. If she came while we were still in counseling, she came.
We went to counseling too, though.
So he started asking about, was it the date of the wedding?
Yeah, he was like, why so far out?
He wanted to do August 23rd or something like that. I'll never forget. And I looked at him. I was like, this is very particular. We have never discussed this.
Right.
And he would not say in that room why. And he later told me because he wanted time for Ava to be born and to do a DNA test.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
But I said,
Why
no,
am I
I said
here?
it in
That's
the room.
interesting, though.
Yes, we did. I brought it out in there.
In marriage counseling?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Because we talked through that, yeah.
I don't
you was
remember
crying.
that.
You was
That's
crying. You was
interesting.
crying.
I
for
remember
real.
crying, but I don't remember doing it
Yeah.
in his study.
Yeah.
But I was like, why would you even...
Yeah.
Why are we together if you think that this child isn't yours? Let me get on through.
I was
you know,
willing to take that chance.
Love,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, love. I'm in love.
Hey,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask you this question,
So
man.
what can
put that
can
one
I
up
ask
here.
you?
Go ahead. I know my bad. Go
So
ahead.
you said, but you said you was in the military? Was it being traumatized and being in the military?
Well, no, it was. You talking about me thinking that way?
Yeah, like that
Well,
what contributed
He
to
said
thinking that
growing
way?
up. He
No.
said
Growing up, I seen some of my family members and other people that were taking care of children. They were paying
And it
child
just-
support
Yeah.
for children that wasn't there.
I
And
got
so
family.
that
I got
just
people in
warped-
my family like that now.
That just warped your thinking. Nah,
Heck
that's
yeah!
crazy.
I'm like, but she might be trying to throw something on me.
he
I'm
always
like,
made
I
me
ain't
felt
finna-
like I had some other ulterior motive, and I
She
was
was so
like,
smart. Boy. I was like, you know what
So
I'm
I'm
saying?
asking y'all to-
Now, mind you,
she
I
was
grew
so
up
smart.
with
I'm like-
Ginger, and
Right.
when I tell you, there were times where I was like, I'm getting the. Can I cuss on here?
Go
I'm getting the
ahead.
fuck up out of here. Because why are we doing this?
Right.
And you acting like this. Why would you even marry me?
Right.
And you think and feel this way?
She-
I don't
hey,
have
I
to
got a
stay here with
man.
you.
Before you say that, I got a
Right.
good question though. Cause you said and she said
That's
why.
crazy.
She asked why, but I got this is the question I want to ask. Right? You know how they got paintings in the museum. They got names for them, like
Okay.
Picasso, all this type of stuff, right? So just say a marriage, right? If you just say if marriage was on the canvas,
Mhm.
and you can, how can I say this?
Put a name on it.
Describe
Put a
it
name,
now.
describe it, put
Somebody's
a name on it. What would you call marriage? If you can put a name on that marriage picture.
What type of marriage? You talking about just
You
how
talking
we
about like
married
how
right
people
now.
name their artwork, or
Yeah,
like the
like how-
actual artist?
Yeah,
No,
like how they
people
name
name
their
their
artwork.
Okay, what would
Like
you
how
name
would
it?
you name that artwork of marriage? Like when you see marriage on this picture, how would you name it? What would you say about marriage? Like how would you name it?
I'm gonna say Americanized marriage.
Go
No,
ahead. Go
that would be
ahead.
the
I'm with
name? Americanized?
No,
you. No,
no.
you just saying
Oh,
American.
No, I'm
okay.
gonna put a name to it.
Oh, boy.
You got his name on the wall right there. Number one, Cam Newton.
Yeah,
It's very flamboyant.
yeah.
People don't really take it serious.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they really think it's a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They think it's a game. But at the same time, you know, Cam was a great player, but everything that he's about is overshadowed.
Yeah. He ain't
based on his flamboyantness and his perception.
Yeah. So you'll name it Cam Newton.
A new, yeah.
What about you, Stormy? I'm just asking. I'm asking all y'all. I'm just asking. What about you?
It's hard to come after that.
Okay, what about you?
I mean,
Oh, go ahead. Let's
I
Gotta
don't.
have some wine, bro.
You good. I knew you would understand what I was saying, though.
That was a great question, but I'm not trying to spark a whole nother conversation.
Go ahead. Then we have a conversation.
But I would like to separate the two in forms of viewpoints from the male perspective and the woman's perspective, because male perspective is convenient.
Yeah.
We make your lives so much easier while we getting drugged.
Go ahead.
Okay, our bodies are constantly changing. We're having your children. We're trying to adjust to that too. We're still expected to hold things in the road in the home, and we got to teach you how to love us at the same time.
Yeah.
And we got to teach you how to continue to take care of us and teach you to change with us. It is so much easier for men. So from the man's perspective, it would be convenience. From the woman's, I can't even think of a word.
I got a name for your. I got a name for
You
it
got a name
already.
for the
Come on,
woman's?
with
What
It's
is?
called viewpoint.
I mean, that can work, but I'm thinking of two different canvases because
know.
it's not.
We had this
it's not the
conversation all the
same.
You know what?
I
It's
know, but
not
you
the
already
same.
just said
Yeah.
the viewpoint. is
Jermaine,
different. So it's a viewpoint.
I have to be quiet.
So
I be quiet because you gotta. My wife do so much research on the woman and all that good stuff.
yeah,
You know, I do research on the community. You know, from that standpoint.
both of y'all do community too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't touch
But I'm
on
saying,
that.
but she
got
really
you.
focus on black women and women. Period.
Yeah.
So like I listen to her, but at the same time be like, but what about us? It ain't that convenient for us.
Man,
we just make it look convenient.
Let me touch on something, man. Look, I hate this,
convenient.
and I'm gonna share this with y'all. Y'all want me to tell you the name of mine first, or
Yes.
y'all want me
Yeah,
to
go ahead. Talk
touch
about
on what you saying?
Go ahead.
Which one?
Which
The name first.
Yeah,
The name first. Mine, I say beautiful pain
Gotcha.
because I feel like
That's good.
you gonna laugh, you gonna cry,
Yeah.
you gonna fight,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna smile, you gonna hug. Like I just feel like when you marriage come with everything. Like, but at the end of the day, I feel like you gonna sleep with this person still,
Yeah.
even if you mad.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna sleep when you happy. You can go to sleep with them mad, wake up happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying some people can't. I'm saying
I can't sleep.
a marriage, man, sometimes y'all forget why y'all mad at each other sometimes.
Yeah.
Y'all just be
I do.
like,
I don't.
sometimes you want to be mad at the person just to be mad at them.
Yeah.
I know I should. No, he thinks that. Because when I bring things to his attention, he feels like they are too small for me to hold on to be upset about.
They're the small things.
But at the same time, while he is very good with speaking to different men and sharing viewpoints, but he's sharing things that I'm trying to tell him. I'm like, you understand what I'm saying, but when it's me,
Yeah.
it's problematic.
Right.
Why I live with you? Why are you the
I
exception
want
to
to
the
touch on
rule?
something you said a while ago, though. Let me
Like
touch
you're not
on
taking his
some-
own advice.
Look,
Yes,
let's
because
touch on
what are
your-
you saying?
hypocrite. I'm a
You're
hypocrite.
saying that women focus on the small things, but you're telling me this too small. This ain't what we need to be talking about right now. But this is
well,
what's
it's-
bothering
no,
me.
Hey, Chris, let me touch on something
hold
Chris
on,
said a
no.
while ago, though.
It ain't that-
Hey, look,
it
when you
ain't
want
that
your
bad.
wife, when you want your
Oh,
wife to
my
be
God.
quiet,
I'm not trying to. He's a great guy. I'm not trying to make him sound like a bad guy, but that is what happens.
Sometimes I do this. But I say, hey, look, hey, well, look, though. Let me touch on something else you said, right? One day, like me and Kayla was on this feminist thing one time.
Yeah.
I ain't saying you on this feminist thing. I'm just saying, let me go where I'm going.
I'm not saying.
Kayla was on this feminist run one time, right? And that was the time when all these black dudes was getting killed, right?
Oh.
So I'm thinking every day I get up, go to the shop, I'm going, it might be dark outside, I'm unlocking the door at the shop.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, boy, they might think I'm breaking in. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when one day she was talking about like, black women this, black women that, and I think some black dude just got killed, I forgot who it was. Man, that shit down there broke me down. I'm over here like, you goddamn talking about this feminist shit. I'm a black man now. I gotta go open up my shop every day and it's dark. Like I can get killed right there. Like just because I'm a black man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I kind of like with a man, like with a black woman and a black man, like I understand what you're saying, right?
Yep.
But it's just it's a difference like this right here, right?
Well, I don't want to say it's a difference,
I
Jermaine.
No, it's the
We
same but
I
different.
want to
We
make
go
a
through
point
a
when
lot.
you're done with
Yeah,
that.
we go to a lot. So
both of us.
Yeah,
both
yeah,
of
we
us.
both do.
I want to make a
both
point
do.
when you're done, though.
I know, no, but I'm gonna touch on cause we both do, but
Yes.
and I know Chris gonna disagree with this.
No, I'm not. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I know you gonna disagree with
Let me
this
see.
part.
Let me see.
The black women go through a lot because of us.
No, I'm with you.
Okay.
Yes.
The black. Hold on. Can I say
Chris,
something?
we have
Go
that
ahead.
conversation all the time.
Look, like I'm gonna put my brother out there. I don't know if he'll watch this or not, but you
But
know,
before you say
but
that,
Lee,
and
well,
I
he-
think they go
but-
through a lot because of us, because of the way we supposed to protect our women. We don't do it the way
But
we're
it's
supposed to.
but
go
what
ahead,
you I agree with you 100% because the black penis has ruined the community. Because you was talking about my grandfather, your grandfather, they were Rolling Stones. Just all that
talking about
trauma
that too, wasn't
that was caused because of them throwing their penis everywhere uncontrollably.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's why black women feel the way they feel. Because you got to think about it. You had aunties, great aunts, the things that they saw, the things that they went through. They gonna tell her, don't you trust that man. Don't you let that man. Don't you let that man. Don't you join bank accounts with that man. Don't you do this with that man because
They
of what happened to him in the
get a man with
past.
some money too.
That too.
Yeah.
But that man, but you
And
see
if
what
he
I'm
has
saying?
money, you can put up with his shit.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right,
You get what I'm
Because he
saying?
got money, he paying the bills.
Yep.
Let him
Right.
cheat in peace.
Yep.
Let him come home and whoop on your tail.
Right.
So-
As long as he leave a check.
Yeah, so
But it's bad
It's still
culture.
the man.
It's
It's
bad
still
culture.
It's
yeah.
horrible.
It don't matter what it is. It's the black man. The
Yeah,
black
I'm
man
with you.
is the reason why our sisters don't trust us. It didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah. And my bad. I'm gonna let you say something, Kayla. And then it's like just say we make the music. Just say the black man started out making this music, the great and
Yeah.
the black women, right?
Look what it said now.
And it started selling.
Yeah.
Then the black women started doing it. And then, a lot of black men are pointing the finger at like, oh, I don't like her music because she be talking about this and talking about that.
Yep.
So I feel like that part, I understand that part.
But you brought
But I'm
it
talking
up.
about when it comes to the danger part,
Yeah.
because I look at it like this. At the end of the night, if somebody break in y'all house, right,
Mm-hmm.
who gonna go die first?
We are. Me.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, but I'm gonna protect you for you to protect me. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta protect me for me to protect you.
Yeah.
But protect me from the world, and I'm gonna protect you from the world. I don't know how to explain it.
I understand what you're saying. We got to
Like
protect each
you
other.
protecting me mentally. I'm
Yeah.
protecting you physically
Yes.
and mentally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really is confident to tell you why.
No,
And,
no,
and
no,
I'm
no,
not
no.
questioning you. I'm just
I'm-
questioning like the man
in
and the
general.
perspective
I know,
that
but-
you have.
but
I'm gonna give you an example.
ahead,
And y'all
bro.
got 4 girls.
Yeah.
So I got one.
Guns everywhere.
I tell my daughters when we get out the car, I'm talking about like we said, the small things. We get out the car. My daughter know not to walk on the outside of me.
Mhm.
Get over here. Like, you get what I'm saying? We go to the, and I don't know how important this is, but we go to the door, like to go in the store or anything.
Yeah.
My daughter gonna stop at that door.
That's right.
She ain't finna open this door.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like I tell her over, and I tell her brothers, I tell them, but don't let your sister do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you do that no more.
Yeah.
Like, so I just think, like, yeah, we protect, like, yeah, we doing it, but I ain't gonna say all of us doing it. I can't say all of us. I can't speak for all of us. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can't speak for
But as
everybody.
a-
you can't, no.
In general, do you think the black man protects the black woman's mental?
I'm gonna say in general, okay, if I can put a percentage on it,
Oh,
I'd say
so you
25% of black men probably protect black
Okay,
women.
I would agree.
So if I
you
can
said-
put
They
a
don't.
percentage,
They don't. They simply don't know
25.
how.
You right. You right. You right. You are because a black woman could be I'm physically too. A black woman could be in distress, and a black man won't even go help her.
Yeah, won't they
They
do?
pull out
Won't
their
they
phone
try?
though and record.
But
Yeah,
you, but Kayla will tell you when she told me don't help somebody one day. But I seen an old black lady.
He led with that, huh?
Look, I
Don't
seen
be
an
talking
old-
about my friend
I
like
seen
she
an
just.
old black lady walking. I said, man, I'm finna get a lady a ride. I pulled out like, man, you need a ride? Her, I done had my sister with me before. They like, don't get them no ride. I'm thinking like, this a black, in my mind, this can be my grandma.
Yeah.
This can be my mama.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say,
I'm
because
with you. I'm
your
with you.
sister was there, and we was in a rough side of town. I think maybe it's just as women like she could be a drug dealer, crackhead. We don't know what she got going on. You can protect yourself. You might could be the old lady, but
But
old
I'm
lady
look,
might have had a gun.
Look, I'm looking at it like I'm protecting y'all and I'm protecting her.
But I
Yeah.
mean, but Black.
I'm with you. I know what your
I
mindset
do
is.
remember
Oh, yeah.
that, but it
I'm
was like,
with you.
I mean, and she wasn't giving feeble old woman.
Nah.
It was giving maybe like
She was walking with a walker.
Spelt. She
She
knew what she was
walking-
doing.
She was walking with a walker, man. That lady was walking with a walker.
I don't remember no walker, but you can ask his
I
sister.
remember no walker.
And she was giving like she might be looking for a hit.
She was walking with a walker.
Can I just say that
But go ahead, I'm sorry,
with
man.
struggles or things that we deal with individually, we by no means are trying to make it a pissing contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
no.
But we deal with a lot on a daily basis, okay? And then, I mean, you're talking about the risk of death. The closest we get to death is childbirth.
You right.
Every single time.
You right.
And literally with child number 3, I told Chris I need an epidural because I think I'm going to die. That's what I literally told him. They need to turn off the Pitocin and give me an epidural because I think I'm going to die. I kept passing out, okay?
Yeah. We was in a prison complex.
Yeah.
That was in 2020, right?
No.
2021.
2021.
But
Yeah.
it was the
Still
hospital was
almost
a
the
prison
same.
complex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
Like
it's
if
just-
I couldn't say anything.
yeah.
I couldn't say a word. I had to stay calm in there because they was so ready to kick me out of there.
Right.
Like it was so many nurses in there because Stormy name rang bells in the hospital. So they were coming in there just to. I was like, but
I can't even believe Stormy is here having her baby at the hospital.
But it was like, why? It was a bunch
I
of.
didn't know
it
you
was
had
a-
your baby at the hospital. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But go ahead.
But we
See,
had
people
to.
was-
We
yeah, we
had
didn't have
to.
a choice
We
in
had
that
no
moment.
choice.
Yeah.
But it was a bunch of red people in there. You know what I'm talking about? Them red
Orange
folk.
people.
Yeah, when
But go
they get
ahead.
mad, they turn red. So
Oh,
I'm
my
looking
bad.
like, but they trying to do something to my wife.
Right.
So
I
I'm
mean,
I'm
black
in there
women
I'm in there
die in
swole up
childbirth.
the whole time. Like I'm
Chris is
I'm
a
like
bulldog
this.
every time.
Right.
I'm like,
Not
but I'm
just-
telling you,
yeah.
y'all do something wrong in here.
Right.
But I swear, you might be a woman and you might be red, but I will lean you in here.
Right.
Like I'm going to jail
And-
because I'm like, y'all not about to play with my
Right.
wife in here.
And it's good. Like Stormy had you to be there to protect her. But think about black women out there giving birth by themselves.
You right,
In my even my sister in the delivery room by themselves. Nobody there to look out for them. Nobody there to protect them. Nobody there for advocate them. That's why black women have high rates of maternal deaths.
Yes.
So luckily she had
And it's
you.
not even just that; it's just racism in
It
healthcare.
is.
They
Yep.
treat
It
you
is.
different just because you're a
'Cause you're
black
black.
woman.
They
You're
treat
not,
you different
you don't
because you're
have
black.
pain.
No,
Yeah. And then me, so I ain't ashamed to say back in the day, I used to be on Medicaid. I'm like Miss Pat, I got Medicaid babies and I got Blue Cross babies.
mm-hmm.
The experience I've had with my children and myself when we on Medicaid is 100% different.
I'm telling
than
you.
the experience
That's why I
had
became
when
a
we on
doula.
Blue Cross.
That's why I
Blue
became a
Shield.
doula.
And it's crazy. And I know it's because of that, because they looking like you. Oh, you just a little, poor black girl, single parent, da 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 da. And at least they be like, well, at least she got a job. We treat her and the kids a little better. Stuff they did for them, their first child. Maybe that's why like.
But
Don't do
Stormy,
that.
when we had Ava,
Don't do that.
when we had
But
Ava,
it's different. It's
they thought
different.
she was lying.
Yeah,
They thought
Chris
she
was
told
gone.
them
Chris
that-
was in the military, and I got pregnant at a visit. Just being very honest. Hey, we haven't seen each other.
Showing out.
We was cutting up.
Listening to the
bad news.
weekend and Rihanna.
Yeah, all the things. So, I was working part-time at the time. Chris had it set up to where he said, you don't have to go back home. If I leave for the military, you can stay in my home. I'll continue to pay the bills. And so that he gave me the freedom to finally find a job to use my degree. I was able to be picky, right? And something I always tell my girls, Chris has taken care of me from the very beginning. From the time we started dating, he has
praises.
taken care of me from the very beginning. So I was working part-time. I was finally able to use my degree. So I didn't have insurance. So I did get Medicaid because I wasn't trying to rush and get married like the people in the military just to get benefits. That wasn't worth it. I was trying to stay the course. And so they're asking me these questions about my medical history and the dad's medical history. And I was like, well, I can only talk to him once a week. So I have to ask him that question when I talk to him. Oh, you can only talk to him once a week. Exactly. I said, yes, he's in the military. Oh, he's in the military. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, he
thought
is.
this was straw.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't say that.
I ain't seen it.
Don't say that. But like they were treating me like so different, and they just knew that either he was a figment of my imagination and he was in jail. I bought this ring. This is the exact same ring he proposed with. I bought this ring myself, all the things. And so I'm talking to him. I'm telling him everything I'm going through and dealing with. I got kicked out of WIC classes. Yes, I did, because I asked too many questions.
Lord.
And I wasn't.
Got that from Chris.
You don't want to drink milk.
I did not want the regular milk. So I apparently created an uproar because it says right here, because I'm reading, that it says I could choose what kind of milk I want. And they thought they was like, you can't come back. You can just let us know when your vouchers expire or when you're ready for your next set.
She was
Because
educating people.
when you ask questions, you're provoking other moms to ask questions. I said, so I'm provoking other women to advocate for themselves.
Yep.
Got it. But I didn't want to go to WIC classes either. So while I didn't like that always stuck with me.
Yeah.
And went to my regular dermatologist. Apparently they got a completely separate office for people with Medicaid. I've been going to this dermatologist since I was in middle school, since my acne started.
Right.
And I go into the one, get my little flavored water, watch the waterfall, wait for my name to be called. And the lady's like, Miss Goldman, that was my name at the time. And I was like, yeah, there's like, you have an appointment? Yes. And I've been waiting like 20 minutes. So she pulls me out. She's like, oh no, you go to the bottom of the medical part. I didn't know you had another building.
All right.
It's for different types of coverage. It stunk in there. It wasn't a drop of water to drink. Wasn't no magazines on the table.
Wow.
It was horrible in there. And not only did I get my procedure done, they let me bleed out through my pants and let me leave. And I didn't know.
Oh my God.
And somebody stopped me in the parking lot of the WIC office and thought that I was losing my baby.
Oh my God.
I'll never forget it. I mean, the man ran up to me and grabbed me. He was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you're bleeding. And I looked down, it was blood in my sweatpants.
Oh my God.
I did not know. I had a growth removed because you know pregnancy is like fertilizer.
Yeah.
Everything grows quicker. Yeah. And so I just went to get it burnt off. My mama got her moles burnt off with this guy all the time. So I did not know. They did not properly take care of me. They let me leave, and I had been bleeding since the time I walked out of there. And so all of that stuck with me. I'm telling Chris all of this. I found out that I don't have to go to the clinic anymore. I told the lady, the nurse practitioner, I said, this will be my last visit. I'm going to go to the gynecologist office I've been going to since my period had started. And she got very angry with me. And she slammed her clipboard down and said, what gives you the right to think you can do that? I said, I went on the Medicaid website.
And you can.
And the doctor's office I had been going to for years takes the coverage. And she left. She didn't even finish the visit. Chris knows all of this. By the time Chris get home, Chris is a straight bulldog, okay? Right. He's angry. I've been treated wrong. And he done lost all this weight, so all he can wear is his military stuff. And so they're like, oh, okay.
Right.
He's 85. Real.
Right.
You know, this is a real guy. He really was in the military.
Right.
He's not a figment. They rolled out the red carpet once Chris was home. Right. I was treated completely different. Even though I still had Medicaid, they treated me completely different when Chris got home.
They treat you different based on how they perceive you, and it's fucked up.
And that's a part of the reason why the numbers are the way they are.
But having that protection.
Yeah, but
like Jermaine was talking about, a man for protection is great.
It was a completely different experience when I was alone, but when he was home, I didn't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, and it is, and it's sad and it's fucked up. But it's so many women who don't have that, and they shouldn't have to have it. They should be able to go to the doctor or wherever they're going and get the same level of care as the richest white woman in the world. But it shouldn't have to be like, come pretend to be my baby daddy, so they know here in the future.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Bring somebody to pretend.
Right. Might be a new bitch.
Hey, so
I'm telling you.
Hey, what's so crazy? Hey, look, let me say
you can't be the one that's rented.
Let me say something to what she said though, right? I know this is gonna be our subject, then we're gonna get back on subject. See, I used to want to be one of them people, Kayla tell you, I'd be like, when the kid ain't got no parent to go to school for him, I used to be like, tell them I'm your daddy. I'll come, put me on the thing so I can come up to the school and I act like on your dad. Cause I hate when kids get treated different in school.
That's
you know
right,
what I'm saying? So, but Nah, I forgot what I was going.
But
You
it's,
said all
look,
that to say.
I know, man. But look, we gonna get to do. Go ahead. Where you finna go?
no, I'm just
Basically, you
Oh.
protect the children too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
protect them too. But
But so many don't have nobody.
I know, cause you know, you look. I ain't look. Caleb be going on and on. So we're gonna get. You want to get to this game? We're gonna get to.
I know that be going on and on.
We're
I
gonna get
know
to this
that's a
game, right? We're gonna get to the game. We're gonna get to.
I know
Because
that's a
you know what I'm saying, this show, you know, is all about marriage. And marriage is harder than what people think.
It is.
It is very hard.
What
is.
marriage is
If you had to rate,
really hard work.
if you had
for
to
real.
rate
People think it's easy. It's
how hard marriage is on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being hard, the hardest, 1 being super easy, what would you rate it?
1,000.
Damn.
Damn.